The Kelvorian jungle breathed with menace. Faith crouched behind a cluster of bioluminescent fungi, her plasma rifle trained on the shifting shadows ahead. The extraction team had been compromised 3 hours ago, and now only she and Parker remained alive. The rest lay scattered across the forest floor, victims of the Zythrak hunting party that had been tracking them since dawn. "They're close," Faith whispered into her comm unit, knowing Parker could hear her from his position 30 meters to her left. "I count at least 6 heat signatures." Parker's voice crackled back, steady despite their dire situation. 7. There's one in the canopy directly above you." Faith's blood ran cold, but she didn't move. The Zythraks were apex predators, feline-like aliens standing nearly 8 feet tall, with reflexes that made Earth's great cats look sluggish. Their species had hunted across a dozen worlds, and they'd never encountered prey that escaped once marked, until today. "Faith," Parker's voice came again, quieter now. "I need you to trust me. When I give the signal, run northeast. Don't look back. Don't question it. Just run." She wanted to argue. Parker was 17, just a kid assigned to their unit as a communications specialist. She was the decorated soldier, the one with 8 years of combat experience across 4 planetary systems. But something in his tone made her pause. "What signal?" she asked. "You'll know it when you see it." The jungle fell silent. Even the constant buzz of Kelvorian insects ceased. Faith's heart hammered against her ribs as she caught movement in her peripheral vision. A sleek, midnight blue form dropping from the branches above, landing without a sound just meters away. The Zythrak tracker was magnificent and terrifying. Its 6 eyes glowed amber in the darkness, scanning the area where Faith hid. Whiskers as thick as cables twitched, sampling the air. Its muscular frame was built for explosive speed and brutal efficiency. Faith held her breath, finger hovering over her rifle's trigger. One shot, and the entire hunting party would converge on her position. She'd be dead in seconds. The tracker's head swiveled, focusing on something beyond Faith's position. Its ears, triangular and ridged with sensory nodes, flicked forward with intense concentration. Then Faith saw it. Parker had emerged from cover. "What are you doing?" She wanted to scream, but discipline kept her silent. The boy stood in a small clearing, completely exposed, his rifle lowered. The Zythrak tracker's body language changed instantly, muscles coiling, preparing to pounce. Then Parker did something inexplicable. He raised his right hand, palm forward, and made a series of precise gestures. His fingers moved in a complex pattern, 2 fingers down, 3 up, a rotation of the wrist, a sharp downward slice. The Zythrak tracker froze mid-stride. Faith watched in disbelief as the massive predator's ears folded back, not in aggression, but in what looked like recognition, confusion. The creature's 6 eyes widened, and it made a low, rumbling sound deep in its chest. That Parker's hand moved again. Another series of gestures, slower this time, more deliberate. The tracker's head tilted, and then, impossibly, it responded. Its own clawed hand rose, mimicking a portion of Parker's movements that he's communicating with it. Faith realized, her mind racing. But how? The other Zythraks emerged from the jungle, surrounding Parker in a loose circle. Faith's finger tightened on the trigger, ready to go down fighting to save the kid. But Parker remained calm, his hands continuing their silent conversation. The largest Zythrak, clearly the pack leader, approached Parker directly. It stood at its full height, towering over the human boy. For a moment, Faith was certain she was about to witness Parker's death. Instead, the pack leader made a gesture with its own hand. Parker nodded once. Then his eyes flicked toward Faith's position. He made a subtle gesture, northeast, just as he'd said. Faith didn't hesitate. She bolted from cover, sprinting through the jungle as fast as her combat-enhanced legs could carry her. Behind her, she heard no pursuit, no plasma fire, no death screams. Just the sounds of her own breathing and the jungle slowly coming back to life. She ran for 10 minutes before Parker's voice came through her comm. "Faith, stop. You're safe." She skidded to a halt, whirling around with her rifle raised. Parker emerged from the treeline alone, unharmed, looking exhausted but oddly satisfied. "What the hell was that?" Faith demanded. "How did you? What did you?" "My mother was a xenolinguist," Parker explained, collapsing against a tree trunk. "She spent 15 years studying Zythrak culture before the war. She taught me their hunter's sign language. It's ancient, ritualistic. They use it during sacred hunts when vocal communication would dishonor the prey. Faith stared at him. You called off a Zythrak hunting party with sign language. Not exactly. Parker smiled weakly. I challenged the pack leader to single combat by their traditional rules. Then I invoked the right of substitute, an old custom where a worthy opponent can offer an alternative challenge. I bet them that you could reach the extraction point before they could track you down. And they accepted. Humans have a reputation now, Parker said. We're the species that doesn't quit, that finds ways to win even when we shouldn't. The pack leader was intrigued. He gave you a 20-minute head start. Considered it sporting. Faith's comm unit beeped. The extraction shuttle was inbound, 5 minutes out. That was the most reckless, insane, brilliant thing I've ever seen, she said finally. Parker grinned. My mom always said humanity's greatest weapon isn't our technology or our stubbornness. It's our ability to find common ground, even with aliens who want to hunt us. Sometimes all it takes is knowing how to say hello in the right way. As the shuttle descended through the canopy, Faith looked back at the jungle. Somewhere in those shadows, a Zythrak pack leader watched, its opinion of humanity forever altered by a 17-year-old boy who had spoken without words. Everything had changed in an instant, and the galaxy would never be quite the same.